easy. This uses chicken that is already cut. So it just takes a few steps to make the soup and it will be ready to eat in 30 minutes. Ingredients: chicken. You can poach boneless, skinless chicken breasts. Use rotisserie chicken or even use leftover chicken for this recipe. Whether you use white meat, dark meat, or a mixture of both is a matter of personal preference. Noodles. I love to use wide egg noodles, but you can use flat noodles too. Jalapeno. Part of the spiciness of the soup is determined by how spicy the jalapeno is that you use. If you want a mild jalapeno, select a pepper that is smooth. For a spicier jalapeno, look for white marked striations on the pepper. If your pepper is starting to turn red, then that is an indication that it is an older pepper, which means it will be hotter. Hot sauce. I use Cholula or sriracha sauce, depending on my mood. Tabasco can also be used. Chicken broth. I use low sodium chicken broth so that I can control the amount of salt in the recipe. Reduce the added salt if you are using regular chicken broth. Bone broth is a great substitute that will add additional nutrients. Vegetable or beef broth may be used, but they will alter the flavor. Instructions. Step 1. Saute vegetables. Cook your vegetables in a Dutch oven or large pot over medium heat until they are soft, but not brown. This takes about 7 minutes or so. Step 2. Add spices. Cook the garlic and spices with the vegetables for about 30 seconds. You should start to smell their aroma. Step 3. Add broth, chicken, and noodles. Add the chicken broth and increase your heat to medium-high, bringing the broth to a boil. Once it is boiling, add the chicken and noodles and reduce to medium-low heat. Simmer for about 10 minutes, or until the noodles are soft. Step 4. Adjust seasonings, add the hot sauce and taste the soup. Add additional hot sauce, salt, and pepper if desired to make it taste exactly how you love it. Sprinkle with fresh cilantro if desired. Expert tip: saute can add more or less chicken and noodles. For a brothier or chunkier soup, the recipe amounts produce what I consider an average level of brothiness. Boiling your chicken can make it rubbery, so keep your liquid on a simmer once the chicken has been added. The flavors of the soup are great the next day, but the noodles absorb the broth as the soup sits and they become mushy. If you plan on having leftovers, I recommend only adding the amount of noodles that you want to eat in the sitting. Noodles can be cooked and stored separately, and added to individual servings. After adding the hot sauce, give the soup a taste. You can adjust any seasonings at this point, not just the heat. Feel free to add more garlic, oregano, or other spices to suit your preference. Red bell peppers are a great addition. If you are looking for more vegetables,